Breaking news, Nigerians. Akpabio may take over from Tinubu as interim president. Guys, this is a very serious matter. I mean, the fact that Akpabio may take over from Tinubu as interim president if the Supreme Court judgment favors Atiku Peter Obi. Let's find out more as we hit the news. But if you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Yes, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio may take over from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as interim president should the Supreme Court rule in the favor of the 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi of the Labour Party in their separate cases challenging the outcome of the February 25th, 2023 presidential election. Niger News reports that there is suspense and palpable tension across the country as the Supreme Court, starts hearing on the appeals filed against the verdict of the Presidential Election Petitions Court, which affirmed the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Tinubu, as the authentic winner of the February 25th, 2023 presidential election. Now, should the court pass its judgment in the favor of the applicant, including the Aligned People's Movement and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his vice Kashim Shettima would have to vacate their respective offices. Wow. And in case of such an event, their positions would be occupied by the three in command in the nation's political structure, which by the constitution would be the Senate President. A legal practitioner, Mr. Akan Udok, who spoke to journalists on who takes control on the national leadership in case of such an event, said that there is no controversy on that at all. The 1999 Constitution, as amended, had declared that the Senate President, in this case, Godswill Akpabio, would act in that capacity for 90 days, within which an election must be held. The Constitution as amended and the electoral law are clear that the President and his deputy, as well as the state governor and his deputy, are on a joint ticket, campaigning and standing for election together, and therefore have similar mandates for the electorate. So Udok reportedly said while interacting with Daily Times. While the Senate President is being sworn in, the INEC is expected to conduct a fresh election to the nation's two topmost offices within 3 months, that is 90 days. And the 164 Section 2 of the Constitution specifically gave the Senate President the powers of the presidency for the 3 months window. And should there be any vacancy, the Senate can also hold the office of the president. That is what the Constitution says. If the president either dies or resigns or impeached or removed, even if it's temporarily or permanently, the Senate President would be there for 3 months, and before there would be an election for the new president who will complete the tenure of the former president. Guys, this is very, very, shocking to note that at this point, Godswill Akpabio would, take over from the position of the president should the judgment of the Supreme Court go in favor of either Obi or Atiku, because the both of them are challenging the elections of Tinubu, and the Supreme Court earlier on had dismissed the appeal filed by the APM challenging the nomination of Kashim Shettima. You can recall that the APM, they are also included in this case, that Kashim Shettima had double nomination. He wouldn't have contested to be the VP. And we know that a 7-member panel headed by Justice John Okoro had pronounced the dismissal of appeal before the applicant's lawyer, Chukwuma Uma, Chukwuma Ume, had applied to withdraw it. Members of the panel had, at the motion of the appeal, said that it was frivolous because the Supreme Court had, in an earlier case of the PDP, INEC had resolved the issue that Shettima was properly nominated. So at this point, it's just between the PDP and the Labour Party. So should anything, go in favor of these two parties, that means Tinubu would be automatically removed as the president of this country. But then the judgment has not been given. A lot of people are making speculations. Even the PDP themselves, they are very, very optimistic of victory. They are very, very confident that they are going to secure victory at the Supreme Court. They are going to come out victorious, and they are sure that the Apex Court will deliver justice in this matter. So, my country people, what are your thoughts concerning this issue? Nigerians, and in fact, Nigerians in the diaspora, those within the country, and the whole world are looking forward to the Supreme Court for justice, in the hope that the court will apply the laws, including the express provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the 1999 as amended, and also the Electoral Act 2022 and the INEC guidelines and regulations in delivering justice in this matter. So Nigerians are expectant. They are earnest expectations because lovers of democracy across the world, across the globe, is hoping that the Supreme Court would use this case to firmly validate that yes, indeed, the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. So Nigerians are, Nigerians are in suspense. Nigerians are optimistic that yes, the Supreme Court will dispense judgment, would dispense justice according to the law and facts in the appeal. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.